today what we're really going to be doing is we're going to be doing a quick overview of the carbon 505 systems, and we're going to be finishing up pretty much anything else, minor stuff. This is going to be a shorter stream than usual. I don't think we have much to do. Um, and so once we get all this wrapped up, once we finish the systems, then next week we will get started on plating this bad boy. So that's going to be interesting for sure. So today, let's just, I guess, we can start with our checklist. All right, so we've got mining lasers here. Now, what we can do for these is make these wander better. So last stream, you guys heard me discussing the pattern that these go through when we're mining something, and essentially making that pattern more efficient. Getting a good search grid, I suppose. Then well, we can't really test that these ore collectors work properly until we're out in the field, so that's going to have to remain a mystery for now. So we are going to go with iSand mono. So just right there, iSand works all together. It's nice. But yes, another thing we should add, we need to see if we want to add in any more of these displays. I think we might want to add in a couple, propellant, fuel, all that good stuff. And another thing that I've neglected to add is extra fuel rods, because as you've noticed, this thing eats through fuel like there is no tomorrow. So we're going to have to update that. But another thing that you guys may or may not know is there was just an update to Starbase, and there is going to be a couple more updates in the future. And this changes the balancing of engines. So they are going to be in, or well, how do I put this? They're going to be using a lot more propellant and energy. So that poses an issue. So all of this propellant here, however long we may think it'll run for, it will run for a lot less in the future. So we'll we'll wait it out to deploy this. We'll keep an open spot for extra propellant tanks if we need it, and I hope we don't, but that balancing may severely impact this ship, and I am not quite looking forward to it. So, I guess let's just get into it. So we want to add in some extra fuel rods. Now, where we want to put those is a good question. Now we could line them along here. That may be the best spot, because we're going to be covering up the space anyway, and having the entrance to our ship along here. This seems to be a pretty decent spot. We can have a little insertion point right here, a hatch or something, and then just bada bing, bada boom, you're in. And then we may also want to cover up the front a bit. So you guys who have been watching this series the entire time, you know how painful that front cockpit has been. So maybe, putting glass over it, something else to protect it, maybe some Bastium plates. Because as we all know, Bastium is the best way to protect a ship when you're bumping it, when you have the potential to bump into stuff. So I suppose let's just hop right into it. I put there they are. Okay. So we'll just copy and paste these over here, and we're going to see how they fit. So I guess we could do, let's just try horizontal first and bring these in. Okay, yeah, I was afraid it might, ooh, I saw it go flat for a second. Okay, that was a weird thing. I guess we're just going to have to move them in one by one and see how it goes. So we'll push it out there, and we'll do the same over here. Come on. All right. And then can we fit in? Okay, so we can only go 3. Yeah, it's real nerd hours. Working on a Starbase ship couldn't be me. But those fit perfectly, so I guess we'll go 3 wide. Working in Starbase. But yeah, so these will be a little bit further in too, like that. That way we can potentially put a beam back here and cover it up with plates much easier. And we can just, our hatch that'll be here, we can just have it like right there. The hatch won't be in the way much. And nothing much. Today is pretty much just finishing up all of the, oh, that's not going to fit. That's annoying. Finishing up a couple of the systems on board before we start plating. So it's pretty much just what have I not done that I need to do. And so we've got 9, 10 right there, and we have 8 fuel rods. So that's really only storage for 2 times, plus a little bit extra space in case of emergency. I'm not quite sure that's going to last us. It's okay. Now, again, there's the thruster rebalance coming, so all of this may be wrong. Oh god. Oh, I forgot to bolt those down. That's kind of funny. But if we do this, so granted we have to wait for the optimization script, the power optimization script to catch up. That's not it. That's it. Okay. Oh, and we should probably put like go to 1 on that first line, just for future. Yeah, bolts are unnecessary. If you use bolts, you're not doing it right, honestly. So, yeah, this is increasing. But alright, let's say all of these are running at 100%. So, at a rate of... So yeah, at a fuel chamber unit rate of 100 a second. So each fuel rod has 300,000 fuel in it. So 100 a second, that gives us 3,000 seconds, which is 50 minutes. So 50 minutes of times 2, so an hour and 40 minutes of flight time plus an emergency extra 2 fuel rods just in case. Yep, still working on the good old Carbon 505. So we're just going to finish up the systems this stream, so we're getting close to actually starting to plate this and make it look pretty. And I can't wait. And Max, I might. Here, send me a DM and we can talk about it once I finish this up. But so, I think what we want to do, so we want to add in some little displays up here. So, you can just look up either that or... Okay, nope, that's a stupid idea. I was gonna say we could put 2 displays right here and have like a jank, one of these terminals right there, so you don't have to look up to see it. But yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. And there will not be cursed plating because I actually want this to be, a solid, like my first actual non-cursed ship, even though it is slightly cursed because, I happen to build it in a hexagon of all shapes, but, that that's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, well, I got rushed on the Nebulon. There's technically no deadline for this. So, yeah. And what I may also do is off screen put a couple of plates on here just to finish it, just to get it closer. Because, if I just work on this on stream, it'll take a while. Or I can just stream at really weird hours and see if anybody joins. Um, I was thinking something, and now I'm not. Okay. Oh, I hate it when this happens. Yeah, we'll just do the propellant and whatchamacallit. So is it in controls? Yeah, progress bars. Here we are. All right. But yeah, technically there's no deadline for this ship, so. And yeah, hexagon strong. So we're just thriving. So we want this to be. We're just gonna rename this to propellant, and we are gonna rename this to fuel. And so the nice thing about this ship is since everything is controlled by a single generator script, that all of these will drain the same amount. So we only need to have the fuel be monitored by one fuel chamber. If I had until Tuesday to finish this, I would not get this done. I have an exam Tuesday. I don't know what you're talking about. So,
Yo, Sim.
hey, how's it going?
Uh, I just wanted to say I'm never gonna give you up. So,
Oh,
yeah.
are, what, what are you
uh,
gonna let me down?
no, I'm not gonna let you down.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. It's good to hear.
I'm never gonna desert you.
Oh, are you, well, I mean that gives me some confidence,
Yeah.
It's a peace of mind. And yeah, I have a calc uh, exam on Tuesday. So
Yes, what?
as you guys know, right after, well, not really, but as soon as I finish this, I am hitting the books because, yeah, spending a week,
Jesus.
yeah, like spending a week in quarantine is not fun right before an exam.
Oh
Pe-
wait, do you have an exam? Sim,
Yeah,
what are you doing, man?
what is it? Starbase. And I did not realize we had warning buttons. Fellows,
Wait, there are warning
there are
buttons now?
warning light buttons. Holy, okay, we're adding these in. I don't even care if they,
Yes, if
I,
they have a function.
yeah, I don't even know if they'll do anything, but I want them.
They look fancy, man.
K- Ooh, okay, this gives me an idea. You know what we should do with those? Like
What?
in Star Wars and like Star Trek, all those like little blinking light like server
Yes.
things. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
now that would be kind of dope.
Wait, Sim, did you study for your exam?
A bit. I'm studying more after this, so don't you worry.
Wow. Wow, you're studying for your exam and not burning the carbon 505?
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
Grades are temporary, but Starbase is forever.
Yes,
S-
Starbase goes forever.
I mean, technically it does because of their server architecture, but and yeah, priorities.
Also, where's the cursed bulletin, man?
Y-
Like,
I'm trying to keep it out of this one because so here's the thing. I might actually sell this ship. So,
wait, what?
yeah,
What? You
I'm
can't set a ship without cursed bulletin, man.
well, you see that's the thing. You never know. Also, oh man, these are fun. Button state. If I just do
Jesus, what?
this, like, does it?
What's on edit? Jesus.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm just joining the game, like after
Oh, that
like three
that blink
months
is
or something.
fast. That's gonna be unhealthy. Oh, okay, so it's got different blinks. What if we do it at like zero point 0.5? Does that just, okay, that doesn't work. Um, yeah, Max, what is your great idea? And yeah, there's been a lot of changes since you've been on it last, I think.
Yeah, like I was on like last year, like, I think in November.
Oh yeah, then there was a whole thruster change as well.
Oh, what happened?
Um, well, they output different amounts and all kinds of stuff. Also, we have different colored buttons.
Also warp gates. I see.
Oh yeah, there, mm, that was a while ago, but I suppose it has been.
I mean, not so long. I saw them, but I didn't actually use them.
Yeah, but thrusters are different, so. Right, but we got I I want to say that's blue, but it looks more purpley. But then green and
Like,
red.
is that like also like a hole or something? Because uh, the sky is kind of blue, or is that like a border or something?
I
Or is
don't
it the
know.
planet?
Hmm.
Is that the planet?
Oh, and Max, what are you thinking? What kind of game are you? Okay, so oh, guys, you know what I'm actually Mo, so that's what I was gonna ask. That's what I forgot to ask you guys. So, we're given a template in Starbase of all the colors. Granted, they don't come out as we as we think they do, but what we could do is we could have like a community thing on our Discord, And where are the colors? Yeah, so all these colors. And what we do is we have a color scheme, like not necessarily a competition, but you submit like ideas for the color scheme of the ship. Like I might do like an outline of the ship, like take a picture of it from this side and just make an outline, and then people can like fill in the colors like a coloring book to, you know, see what it might look like, like front, back, side, and battleships, that would be fun. And those buttons would work perfect for it, but first off, we're gonna bolt these in because I do not want to forget again. There we go, and okay, they decided not to bolt vertically. Delightful. Ah, what if we just... We're gonna have to do this for like every row. Oh, it's actually not too shabby, but I want to make sure that they don't, fall off the ship, which it looks like currently they think they will, so, yeah. That's a little annoying. But yeah, we're definitely going to need to figure out a color scheme because, so there are two color schemes that I want to have for this ship. So the one is going to be potentially, so I want to have that rusty kind of color scheme, as you were saying, Mo, and then like another kind of clean version. And I wish there was a way that like in the ship shop that we could sell both. Like you could select from a drop down of which like ship color you wanted, because that would be really cool. Because then you could do skins for your ships. But yeah, so I was thinking like an SOS version or just like a clean kind of brand new ship, and then rusted out kind of older. And yeah, I don't know why it has a really crappy color palette, but the worst part is like a lot of the colors don't even, uh, look like the things they are. Oh, these are actually doing good, but like it doesn't translate well from the palette. Like just so that's the only thing. Like that dark yellow looks kind of bright. And is that star yellow? That looks greenish. Yeah, it does not translate well. It is quite lost in translation. Um, so I'm hoping that either gets fixed soon, or we will just live with it and get it done. So yeah, but okay. Another idea I was thinking. So what we could do, we have the shape of the back. We do need lamps. Yeah, that's true.
Sim, well, what's like the major faction right now? Like the major
Collective.
faction. Still?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
substrate, I'd say.
Mm.
Right now, I'd say they're the most powerful. But what I'm thinking is for extra storage of fuel rods, what we can do is we can have them hopefully be able to rotate without crashing my game. Ah, here we go. A little bit less. Okay, well, it just freaked out, but whatever. We put them like this, so they're in front of these, and it will allow like a gradual change from the flat plane of here up to that. Okay, yeah, I'd like that. And well, let's see. So we've got a bunch of reds. So there's the collective's red, which is actually like really good. But then here's regular red, which is washed out. Dark red, which is washed out and somehow kind of lighter. Um, Thick clay, which that's not even red. Yeah, that's not. But so we'd have to go with like guardsman red. but like it is insanely bright. Like it is way too bright for my taste. There's Unless you're wanting to go with the washed out look. Oh wait, here's a void red. I mean, these actually would work pretty good if we're going for a like rust bucket kind of ship. Or at least I think so, potentially. So let's see, can we fit in? Okay, so we can fit in just 6 of those. So that's 6 on each side, so 6 times 3, 18. So that's, 2 full. Yeah, that's 2 full generator packs. So I think this would be a good way to go. Now we are going to see, will it bolt? Nope. Ah, that's annoying again. Jeez. Alrighty. Bada bing, bada boom, it's bolted in. There we are. Ah, nice. Yeah, those lights are actually kind of surprising. I did not know those were in, so that's actually kind of fun. If we ever get like a communication system or something, I am definitely, or I could use those for like transponder. But anyway, I am definitely using those because those are fun. Okay, and they're right up against. Yep. All right, so we'll bolt those. And I just realized, so instead of actually only having 18 of these, we're gonna have another 6, so we're gonna have 24. Because this little thing that I forgot to realize is that we're a hexagon with a floor. So we've got spot there and spot here. So in conclusion, it's big fuel time. But yeah, I don't know why, but it lags a lot when you go to press the rotate button. Might just be something weird. There we go. And then bolt them all together. Bada bing, bada boom. And I'm not gonna put the fuel rods in these yet. I'm gonna do that off camera just because that takes time. Oh, and this is wider than the other? Okay, interesting, interesting. I was wondering why it wasn't fitting properly, but still can't fit another section in there. Um, and you can't draw, sadly. So it's really just like if you want to quote unquote draw, you have to have really small plates. Um, and I may have messed up perhaps, but oh no, I know what I did. Okay. So on this hexagon, the how it works is so if you look at these the bindings here, you have it like this on this row, and so but down here it's kind of the opposite. So both of these shapes, this goes outwards like upwards, and this goes outwards downwards. But when it's up here, they're both kind of pointing inwards to it. So it is a smaller space, but it's roughly the same thing because the bottom and then these two top sides are the same, and then the bottom left, bottom right, and top are the same. So it's basically like um, triple triple symmetry. I don't know quite how to put it, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It could have been bad if I was doing like cargo crates on every single surface, but because we're not, it's okay. All right, and then that's good. It's good. Oh, also this has access to a double base, whereas this only has access to a single base. So how are we going to deal with pirate attacks? Well, so we are still going to have armed ships to deal with all of that. Like we're not going to be left out to dry. So it's essentially not to worry. Like we'll still be doing this. But like if you get attacked by a pirate, currently the policy is that like we will come out and you know we can assist you in not getting blown up, or if you've already been blown up, in getting your ship back. But that's under review because that can potentially, mess up neutrality. But that's why, like, in that policy, there's like a little addendum that says if you're being, like, say you're in an active war, like faction 1, faction 2, and the person is in faction 1, and they're just, a regular merchant, but they're being attacked by faction 2, they might think of it as piracy, whereas, like, in the war, I guess it's kind of legal. So that's the area where we can't help. Do you guys think now that these extra 10 are overkill? I think it is because we've got 6 on each side and we've got 4 of those, so 24 extra fuel rods, and it takes, 50 minutes to deplete 8. So we've got, oh, whoops, I did that wrong. So 200 minutes, which is, yeah, 3 1/3 hours. And no, we'll leave this in just in case. Just in case. Because 3 hours, like, if you're running at full bore, especially like if you're running the lasers, that may not be too long. So we'll just check that out. But all right, so we got those in. Um, Lights. We want lighting in here. How do we want to do this? And also, we're going to be putting potentially some plating on the interior here. I'm not exactly sure if we want to do that because, it keeps a little bit of the mining aesthetic. And plus, if you plug in anything else in here, then you can just get quick access to the network. So I think we may leave it partially bare on like these surfaces here, here, and here. But let's put in some lamps. So I think we would just want bulb A's, straightforward. So, and just white lights, yeah, nothing special. Um, so since the economy, well, right now, I'm not sure if it's fully player run. I think it's still got its training wheels on, but so essentially, the economy will be able to have crashes, inflation, all of that. Um, and it poses a big danger as well because, well, we've actually been kind of going through that already. Oh, that is bright. Sheesh. Um, we've been kind of going through that right now, as in there is like a limited supply of especially Zalium, and that stuff is expensive. Like, holy crap. People do not cheap out when they're selling it. So it can be annoying at times, but I mean, I suppose that's the way an economy is run when there's not much support to it. And I'm not going to be putting in too much lighting in here, like, just enough. Like, because after all, this is an industrial ship. You're not necessarily going for looks on the inside, especially if we're putting a rust coat on the outside. So we'll just do that and that. And I think we'll put in another light. Actually, we can put like dual lights on the sides here. Here, let me know what you guys think of this. If it will stop bugging out. Here we go. Putting lights like that. I think that would look cool. And like just above the whatchamacallit. Here, we're just gonna. Is that the same height on either side? I think that is, yeah. So we'll bolt both of those down and not use the bolt tool because that's the wrong tool. And then, which side did I go on? I went on that side, okay. We're actually just gonna do that. I'm gonna erase this because that was a little wonky. There we go. Alright. Oh jeez, if I can. See, that does create a lot of bright light. Um, Here, let's try this. Come on. There we go. Alright. Because I don't want the light to be too bright. Like, in industrial ships, you know, they do have bright lights, but this is a... Where did that go? How did that get all the way back there? I don't know, but... Alright, let's see if this fits. Jeez, okay, that doesn't really fit. Yeah, no, let's try this. Okay, this is gonna be wonky. Quite wonky. Oh jeez. And then if we take, say, the bulbs out of here, so it's still lit up, but it's darker. We just need to be able to see stuff, well, you know, when it's dark out. So that should do us fine. And okay, so the training wheels of the economy, they might get yoinked. Well, yeah. It may take a while, I'm gonna be honest, before they get yoinked, because, well, we don't know how many people will be playing Starbase. So if there isn't enough materials going into the economy, then that may have to be rethought. So, best answer I can give you is sometime in the future. Uh, when, you know, the economy becomes more stable and player supported. All right. How I turned the ship, I don't know, but quite a chonky boy if I do say so myself. We just want to hit F5. All right, so we got some lights inside. ISAN is all hooked up. We have we put in those extra fuel rod containers. We have space for the propellant tanks if we need to add in another one because power consumption changes. Let's see. Are you guys thinking of anything that I may have forgotten? Because in the moment, I will tend to forget things. So we've got mining, tractor beam, or not tractor beams, but the ore collectors. We have enough radiators for all of the generators. I'll add in the fuel rods into these later, so that shouldn't be much of an issue. We hooked this up, though we probably do want to change this because I'm not sure, you know, what we want to have here, but this could be transponder. Yeah, that could be the transponder button. But see, here's the thing. I want these. I want this to be labeled, so we're just gonna be gone with those and throw in a classic hybrid button. and then wait for it because reasons, and then we'll rename this transponder. And as a default, that will be enabled. And just double check, it is button style 1, which means it is a toggle. So let us go to our transponder. All right, we'll just call this transponder. All right, and then so we want that to be fuel, and we'll rename this one fuel. There we go. Fuel. So, and then we'll change this so that its limit is 300,000. And then propellant, we want, okay, so and each of these is 1.2 million, or no, it's 12 million. Yeah, 12 million propellant. So that gives us up to 24 million propellant. Um, what we may actually do, we could just create a percentage, like what percent fuel we are on, or what percent, um, y- you know, propellant we're on. So let's see. We wanted to change this one though, because that is supposed to be right there. All right, so if we get out another YOLO chip, and this is just basic, we'll delete all this. All right, so what we want to do is we want to make a new variable. So that new variable will be propellant. And then what we'll do is we'll take max propellant. So, or well, gas, we want to rename this. Gas stored to, uh, so gas M and gas S. So gas stored and then gas max. So what we'll do is we'll do gas stored divided by gas max, and then we'll see what that gets us. I haven't done all of this in forever, so we're just gonna, yep, that's propellant. Okay, it gives us 1. So we want that to be times 100. Just for kicks. All right, there we go. What if I do something like this? Okay. All right, CMO, thanks for tuning in today. So I think I may just have to actually put the actual propellant. What if I just do this? And then, nope, not, wait. Nope, still not updated. So what if I put it the colon back? Will it then decide to work? Nope. Okay. Fun times. Interesting. And oh boy, it takes a while now. I mean, granted, I am on my laptop now versus my desktop, so. Alright, so we've got propellant. Currently it's at 0. So then we have propellant equals gas divided by gas m times 100. Cut it out. All right, there we go. So it's at 100 right now. Just ignore all of the random banging noises. It's really okay. It's, it's just the ship settling. Yeah, just the ship settling. Also, I just realized the lights are flashing, and it's probably because of the generators are not kicked on fully yet. So, let's see. So I think we have enough of propellant in there right now that it's not going to go down to 99% in a while. Can we actually nope, we can't take out a number. That would be too easy. Let's see if we just start it with a little less propellant. Hopefully that'll work. Loading. It'd be fun if they put in loading screen tips. That would be a little bit fun for those moments that you're waiting. But okay, so we got this. What if we just take off that much? Okay, so it's still 100. I did not change it, apparently. Interesting. Second tries the charm. If it'll load. I say it every time, but it starts to get a little bit annoying. Alright, so can I not actually set... Okay, I can't actually set that. Well, that's a little annoying. If we need to change that in the future, though, we can just change it. It's a simple YOLO chip, so not too much to be worried about. But the weird thing is how sometimes generators will do that. Like you can change the value, or the generators will just run, and the game will change the value of the fuel rod that's in the generator. I don't know if you guys have noticed that on my past videos, but okay, well that's zeros. Okay, that's interesting. But how it'll be running right now. It'll have that red bar instead of the blue one, and then it'll be constantly depleting. So that's kind of weird, but all right. So we've got that filled out. Then we did. Okay, we got our generator script, which is soon to be improved because it's kind of rough right now. But yeah. So something like this. So it's running right now, and our stored battery power is less than the maximum. But to actually change this to where it's actually on a full charge when it starts, you have to delete it and then put it back in, which is very confusing. So, but okay, so propellant. And then what I think we may do is we may also just have fuel be a percent as well, just for kicks. So which one do we rename fuel? It was over here, wasn't it? Yeah, it's right there. We'll rename that fuel main. Then we'll go over this chip. Fuel equals. We want the capital F. fuel main divided by 300,000 because that's the maximum it can have, but we don't want that colon because that will mess things up. Multiplied by 100, go to 1. All right. And if we set this to 100, let's see what happens. All right, so immediately went. All right, yeah, so we're good. And then variable resolution. What if we just do? I'm not actually sure what the variable resolution does, so. Can we get any variables in there? Or decimal places? That is the question. I suppose not. But anyways, now we have percents for how much fuel and propellant you have, so that'll be a quick, easy read. Alright guys, are you thinking of anything I may have forgotten? I've got a transponder button that's not plugged in. Okay, so we actually need to bolt that down, but that should disable the transponder. Yeah, so we need to fix that. But mining lasers are all good. Generators are all good. Fixing the script. Hi Ben, welcome to the stream. We're kind of just going over if there's anything I forgot on the technical aspect of building this ship before I move on to plating. We are going to bolt that though, because I forgot to bolt that, and that is going to annoy me if I leave it like that. But otherwise, I think we're done with our systems, or at least, all of the ones that matter. And we can continue tweaking the mining script. So I'm not sure if there's a specific pattern we want because we'll still be able to move our ship to adjust for, if we miss a spot. But, it'd be better to just have it right off. All right, so transponders button is on. We've got position, mining status. All right. And then, all right, so let's just go through our imaginary head checklist. Okay, that is what we forgot. We forgot maneuvering thrusters. So, see, because I tried using these, the triangle thrusters, as maneuvering thrusters, but they are in fact quite bulky, and that can be a little bit annoying. So let's see if we can just try this. So let's get some hard points in here. Just a device hard point, then we want, is it machinery? Thrusters. Yeah, here we go. All right. There's our maneuver thruster template. And let's see what we can do. So if we just bring in, we want to also, so one thing we want to do is we're going to be naming all of these the same thing. So that way they all work together. In case you guys didn't know, I'm sure most of you have watched my videos in the past, so you've seen that, but just in case, we're just gonna pop, pop, pop. There we go. And we're gonna see if this will help with pitch up and pitch down. So we're gonna plug them in and see if it works. I know it's not much. We will definitely need more because this is a heavy ship. It is not light by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah. All right, those are plugged in. Then we'll do pipe from the other side just because posterity. Pipe there. And then we want it to stretch all the way down. Not from there. That's not what I wanted. See, this is the only thing about working in a semi-confined space. I mean, I suppose I could, actually, that's probably a good idea, but Sim having good ideas, what is this? What I was thinking is that we can actually quit viewing the... There we go. Actually, never mind. Okay, it still has that. Okay, well, suppose we are stuck like this. But it's the best we can do given the current situation. So if we can plug these in, and what I'm really looking for is just if they can move the ship at all. If they can move the ship, then we're golden, because then I'll start putting them on the other parts of the ship. But if they can't, then we may just abandon maneuvering thrusters altogether. Though one thing I will say I need to add is reverse thrusters, and those are going to go there. Alright, so we need to figure out what thruster value we are at. So there's 8. We have to be higher than 8. Yeah, that's all 9s, 7. Are we really at 10? I mean, I suppose I haven't really used that many. I guess we're at 10. You know, I'll take it. So these back ones, these will all be... Come on. Oh, I selected that. These will all be thruster power level 10. So, come on. You know, I could probably just use Control A. But, so these will all be thruster 10, and then the forward ones will be thruster power 11, just so, they actually work separately. So let's just wrap this up real quick and see what it'll do. And I did add like vertical movement, so hopefully that will play a role. All right. There we go. Okay, so they do work. And then, and while it is slow, this is supposed to be a very chunky ship, so yeah. All right, I'll take it. It's something. And it's gonna be hella inefficient, but that's okay. We may end up having to put on that extra propellant tank, that large propellant tank after all. So that's gonna be annoying. But what can you do? Alright, so what we'll do is we'll put these on each of the 3 parts there, and then we may only put like a couple, like right in this corner here, because as you guys know, the ship does not rotate. And rotating would be very, very helpful in, a miner. So, let's get this show on the road. And we're going to copy all these because each of the 3 wings is identical. And that makes it so much easier. Alright, there's one side on, and we'll do the other side real quick, and then we'll put all of the pipes and things on. Alright, a little bit more. There we go. And I kind of like taking shipbuilding slow. Like, it's not for everyone, of course, but taking it slow can be nice from time to time. Versus, working on a ship just consistently for several days. I don't think I could really do that. I had a hard time when we were doing that with the Nebulon. If you guys remember that, I was working, you know, for an entire day sometimes. But I mean, at that point, I was working on it with some friends, so that made it a little bit better. But still, oh, that was so stressful. Alrighty, there's one, and then bring it down, and rinse and repeat. And thankfully, that these cargo crates actually pass propellant and electricity through them, because if they did not, um, I think it's safe to say we would be at our limit for pipes and cables right now, just because of how many there are and where they all need to go. Because if you look around this thing, there's so many, so many spots that it would just be a pain. All right, last one, and then we'll just get to renaming these. Super straightforward. And then we'll be able to see if we want this to be close. Yeah, we want it right there. Okay, there we go. All right, and then that should be, we'll rename these to 12, and the other side will be 14. So 12 and 13 will be on this side, and then the other side will be 14 and 15. And the lower number, we'll put the lower numbers on the front of the ship, just because. So we want this to be 14. I really hope in the future there might be a way that we can extend how many of these we have, how many thruster power groups we have. But for now, I think it's actually a really good number. So there's 15, 15, and 15. All right. So we're still not going to be able to roll, but we should be able to move vertical. Yeah, there we go. So we can move vertical slowly, side to side. Yes, but it's off center for some reason. And then, yeah, nope, still can't roll. That activates the engines and does that. Okay. Yeah, well, that's rough. Oh, jeez. But yeah, we'll throw on the roll thrusters, and then I'll just wire those up off camera just because I can. Unless you guys actually want me to do that on camera. But we'll just get that wrapped up real quick, and then I think we may end the stream for today, just because I wanted it to be shorter, and we're essentially close to done with all the systems, not the plating. The plating is gonna be my personal hell, but it'll get done one way or another. All right. So I think doing them in triples like that would actually be our best way. So there's a triple. Then we put a triple over here. And we could actually skimp out on the number of these maneuvering thrusters just because, it's a tri-wing shape. So if these are just used for rotation, we can have them here, and then that's all we need. So we'll see if that works. That may be nice. There we go. Flip them around and put them back on. if they'll cooperate. There we go. All right, bolt those on. And I don't think we bolted these on either, so that's an issue. Because you guys know how much I love seeing pieces of my ship flying off at all hours of the day. There we go. All right. And I think I will call it for today because we just hit the 1 hour mark and I kind of wanted this to be shorter. And we'll wire those up off camera and we'll see if they work. But next time I will go over essentially what we did and, well, what I did off camera and get you guys caught up to speed, and then we'll begin plating. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and if there's any part of this you missed, it'll be going up on YouTube within the next couple of days. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all around.